Yo. What's good, YouTube? This your boy Pursuit of Freedom. I want to spend a little time doing a weekly trade review. Now, I'm finna do another video right after this one. I'm trying to perfect it. I've already practiced it about 3 times, or done it about 3 times, but I don't quite like it. I'm not a perfectionist, but just want to bring good content to the world right now. To the market, or whoever lays eyes on it, to the world. But like I said, this pursuit of freedom, financial freedom, is the pursuit that I'm on. And the first business I want to build is based on the market. Which, let's look at the market for a second. Oh, the market over here. For the last few days, the market has been getting up, being that this is a weekly trading review. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got my instrumental playing, baby. You hear that window shopping. You know what I mean? I can't claim the rights to the instrumental. It ain't mine, as in I built it intellectually. No, I just listening to it as I brainstorm, right? Now, for the last month, the month of November, the market started out the month at about 25. So for the month, we actually got a slight green month, at least in the Dow, and possibly in the S&P, maybe. Being that the S&P, opened up the month of November around that 2717. So look at that box. We pushed up 1% for the month. After a monstrous fall off month of October. Look at October. All of my market indices. The month of October was pure damage. Now, the best 30 companies in the US had a good bounce. But 100 companies, I think it's like 105 in the NASDAQ, 102 in the NASDAQ, 505 in the S&P, and the Wilshire represents the total market. The total market is struggling to return. And looking at these trends between the S&P 500 companies and 5,000 companies, we need to get back to this 2811 area in the S&P and this 2976. So we are a few dollars away from that. We could get to that in the next month, I'm going to say. I'm going to give it the whole month of December because I think people are getting nervous. I think the panic is being created. People aren't feeling the pain enough according to what is being seen. People aren't feeling it enough. People must be doing pretty good out there. Back to Trade King. But for this week, I want to do some review of some of the trades that I made. Now, I traded this specs. This was my only trade for the week in my actual account to the tune of a loss. And that's just, I'm going to speak to the greed factor for a second. So this was the 26th, which the 26th was that Monday, the first Monday, or the last week, the first Monday in the last week of the month, right? This stock did some serious punching up on that day. Let's scroll backwards. See, I'm having a glitch in TC2000 because it's Sunday. It's Sunday morning. The stock market is not open. So I'm having a little glitch, a little technical difficulty there with TC2000 for right now. But I got into this trade right here at this green line. You know what I'm saying? I think I was in the third or the fourth candle when I got in, as in 5-minute candle, so 20 minutes into the day. That'll put me at 950 right there, right? 955, I needed to be looking to get out. And I also, this was just a really stubborn trade for me. I had 25 minutes to get out above that 132 market. I just failed to do so. The stock had news, and I was hoping that news would get it to spike again so I could try to get out at this point. But I didn't even take the time to look back and notice that this stock has a history of just a single day spike and then quickly returning to losing money. But in hindsight, I ended up getting out of the trade at about 88 cents on this day. And since then, it's gone even further down than it had during the time period right here. And I looked up the short seller volume in there, and it hasn't been a lot of short selling. I even showed you in that video I made about this trade, the volume weighted average price, which is right here. When a stock falls beneath that, protect capital, go into protection mode and get out. And I failed to do that. So I had so many opportunities to not only lock in a gain or to shrink the loss that I ended up facing, thinking, hoping, not even thinking, that's hoping, because I had indicators here that told me to get out. I even uh, I even had practice traded it to the tune of $1,000 gain. If I would have got out at 135, I would have had probably like an $80 gain in my actual account. But I failed myself on that regard and didn't do so. So that was one trade for the week. I got into ALQA. Let's look at it several times, man. This one stock alone gave me $1,800 on the 28th. Uh, another $300 puts me over $2,000 in a single day in one trade. You know what I'm saying? And one investment vehicle. You know what I'm saying? And then on the 29th, I locked in another $500 in that same stock. So if you got 3-day trades in a week, sometimes you can find one hot stock and lock in all kinds of gains. So ALQA, trying to scroll this down so I can look at it. Why can't I get this thing to come down? ALQA, the 28th, look at this. All right, so let's scroll out. Let's squeeze that in some. Look at this. It's a glitch. It's 6:44 in the a.m. Sunday, December the 2nd. So I don't know what the world is going on with Teacher 2000. I may have to call them. But let's look at that VWAP reference again. As the stock cracks, bit crack on the 28th at 1:05 in the p.m. beneath the VWAP, it doesn't return above it to the next session. So indicators are very important. And that's all of these lines. All of these lines are a different indication. And you can look at this blue line, which represents the 100-day exponential moving average. It's dropped down and it's sat on top of that for a little while, giving you another chance to get out if you weren't out yet. You know what I'm saying? What you should have been out by then. Because I had locked in all kinds of gains while this thing was spiking and then retreating, because we had a nice little retreat, a bull flag for a second, popped up again, set up another little flag. So I need to get that out the way. For another short pop, which actually turned out to be a bear flag in that case. But I just locked in some gains. So you can see I got in at 355, out at 367, 12 cents on 10,000 shares, put me $1,200 into the green. Now I can just sit and utilize all of this capital, because once again, my strategy was to buy into companies or investments a long time ago to tie up capital, being the fact that I didn't want to just be playing like a trading video game. I see myself doing this for a living in my near future, so I wanted to make it a little bit more realistic. You know what I'm saying? I do see myself investing as well, but I'm not going to have $100,000 to begin investing. So I want to make it realistic, because you can paper trade all day with this kind of money and then try to apply that to your $1,000. You're setting yourself up for failure. All right. So in this week, my biggest drawback was this TNXP. What day is that? The 29th, also on the 29th. I don't know what's going on with my software. So let me get to the 29th. Oh, this was the 29th, this big gap up. And as you can see on that individual day, it pulled back. Once again, look at the VWAP and look what the price action does when it cracks beneath the volume weighted average price. You know what I'm saying? It cracks beneath the volume weighted average price. This thing is dead for the day. Beneath the volume weighted average price, this thing is dead. No returning. You know what I'm saying? No returning for it. It's hard for a stock to get above the volume weighted average price and stay. It's extremely bullish when it's above, but once it's beneath, get out. It's just go into protection mode and protect your capital. I tried to short sell this thing, and if I would have held that position, which I didn't do because I didn't know, what it was going to do. I think this was actually the one short sale I attempted on the week. I just no, actually that was long. Time was my one short sale for the week, and I ended up getting out of time with a loss. But I bought this stock on the 29th, man, and this thing started pulling back. But see, I got greedy though too, because I'll also show you TNXP. Here's TNXP again. I bought in at 8.15, got out at 8.36 for a small gain. That's my time frame. So I'm right at 10 minutes. I'm gonna get ready to wrap this up. So I went back to the well in TNXP, went back to this investment, got in with another 1,000 shares, traded 1,000 shares here. TNXP gained in 21 cents, $210. But in this case, I got back in at 8.46. For some reason, it looked like it was going to do some spiking, and instead I lost $1 a share. And this was over the course of just a few minutes. So I didn't want this thing, being that it was a gap up, for it to crap, because there's a lot of room for it to pull back. See, it could have pulled back a total of $2 all the way down here to that area where it gapped up from. I didn't even look up to see what type of news might have been trying to push it forward. Sometimes that matters, sometimes it don't. But regardless of the news, you still have to trade the ticker. You still have to get in and out of that position. You know what I'm saying? Still got to get out of this position within this here price action, because you don't know what the market or the buyers and sellers are going to do. But what I will tell you, or will get you to look at for a quick second, most of the buying volume is always within the first hour. And after that, just looking at this here, the buying volume just tapered off. And then when you get these little sales, sale after sale after sale, see, that's giving you, this is dollar volume right here. Same trade at the market open on that day, $20 million dumped into it. Another almost 15 million, 10, 12 million. That's in the first, look at that box, 15 minutes. So this thing was going to shoot up. This thing was going to shoot up on that day. How far it was going to shoot, I don't know. Because once the selling pressure began, the selling pulled this thing all the way back down. It had an early spike in the morning, and then from there, it just pulled back for the rest of the day. And that makes it kind of difficult. Most of the time when you're trading stocks, especially when the market is as bearish as the market has been, you got to get in and out quickly. That's where most people go wrong when trying to trade. They do not get in and out quickly enough to lock in some gains. Oh, so they did a 1-for-10 split. But still, even though it split, it gapped up and crapped. Gapped up again and crapped. So the people who owned the stock back down here at, you see that number, 56 cents. When this thing gapped up way up here, or did the split, it just sold down. Gapped up again, sold down. I mean, and that's what happens. That's why I kind of avoid gappers. You got to be very quick in a gap. Very quick. Because you might only have 15 minutes or less. But just looking at the trades on the week, oh, that's another video right there. I locked in $2,900 in capital. I will show it to you, being that I already did this. Let's start from my first green trade of the week of 1,000 plus 1,200 plus 600 plus 320 plus 210 plus 390 plus 550. So I was up 4,270 for the week, but I got to also take out my 3 losses. 7 out of 10 trades was green in a bearish market. I think I'm beginning to know what I'm doing. Honestly, I need a little more capital to manage it, because this could have been in my actual account to the tune of, okay, let's minus these losses. So go minus 1020, minus 230, and my one short sale for the week. As you can see, I'm not good at short selling yet. And then minus 100, 29.20 is where you're at in the week. So this was an absolute green week for me. Good week for me. I showed you the market. The market did bounce back in the week. Where's the 26th? So the 26th was, you know what I mean, that day, the market was bouncing back for the week, and I locked in gains. You know what I'm talking about? Locked in gains. So it was a good trading week for me. Paper trading. And I only did one actual trade for the week, and then I lost. It happens. I'm not worried because I can see what I can do. I can see what it is that I can do. Um, it's just a matter of being disciplined. I didn't have discipline in one trade, and it cost me. That's all it takes. You know what I'm talking about? But I've been disciplined, and I know how to be disciplined. I got indicators to help with discipline. I just didn't do so. I fell into the world of hoping, and it didn't help me in that case. Hey, this is Pursuit of Freedom. This is just my weekly review that I'm going to do every week. Start posting it regardless of what's going on. Paper trading and actual trading. My actual trade is already out there. And here's my paper trading for the week. Pursuit of Freedom. I'll let you.